and welcome to my first ever video on this channel. Well, technically there's a few before this, but this is like the start of a new series that I'm going to be doing where I'm going to be covering one Christian topic per week. I got a lot of them about Christian relationships for the first one, so that is what I'm going to be doing. So first I'm going to be answering a few of y'all's questions that you sent me that you'd like to hear about Christian relationships. And then I'm going to go on and give you my top 5 tips on a good Christian relationship. So to get right into the questions that y'all sent me, the first question that I got, and I got this one a lot, was, premarital sex. What is okay to do? Like, what do you do when he wants to go further? What do you do if you've had sex? What do you do if you messed up? My thoughts on everything. So I think I'm going to make that a completely separate video because that's a lot to cover and I don't want to just have that overshadow the rest of this video. So if that's something that you would like to see, how to stay pure, how to not have sex in a relationship, like other ways to show your partner that you love them in a committed relationship, like this video, subscribe. I don't know how you do this. DM me, text me, I don't care. I'll probably do it regardless, but it'd be nice to know that you'd like to see it. So to get into some of the other questions that I got this lengthy DM from this girl telling me this story about this guy that she's been dating on and off for a long time, and she says that, he wants to do things that she wasn't comfortable with doing. So should she pursue the relationship? What should she do? A guy that's gonna force you to do things that you're not ready to do isn't worth your time, and it's not a loss. I don't know, I feel like all these girls are so worried about, breaking up with, I'm sorry, there's something in my eye and I don't know what it is. Breaking up with this guy because you're gonna lose so much and you love him and all this stuff. But don't you want a guy that cherishes you and that pushes you to be better and a great Christian man that can lead you and lead your future kids and blah 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 blah. A guy that's going to pressure you to do things sexual that you don't want to do, not worth your time. If you're not comfortable with kissing him after 3, 4, 5 months, 3 years, it doesn't matter. If you're not comfortable with doing something, don't let him pressure you to do that. Ages to start dating. So I thought that was really interesting because like I said, I had boyfriends in middle school, but they weren't anything serious. I don't think that you should have a serious relationship anywhere until 15, 16, high school. And then college, I feel is where relationships can really get serious. What to look for dating a new guy? That's a really good question. The main thing obviously is that he's a good Christian dude, that he's going to be able to pursue you and lead you to God and want to go to church with you, and you're not going to be pressured to go out and drink with him every Friday. You're not going to be demeaned by him or be cheated on. The guy that you should date is the guy that you should want to be with the rest of your life. So, if there's this really nice guy and you just think he's so cute, that's not enough reason to date a guy. I know, this culture is so about, oh, he's so hot, he looks like Brad Pitt, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. Everybody's going to lose their looks when they're older, so if you're the type of person, like moi, that's going to get married once, you got to make sure you really like the person. So, make sure that your priorities are in check, your heart's in check. You never know what's going to happen. So, just pray about it, and you'll get the feeling when he's the right guy to date, and you'll definitely get the feeling when he's the right one to marry. So I got this question, if you could discuss how to tell if a Christian boy likes you or is just being kind and wants to be friends. I find it hard to tell sometimes if they are genuine guys who are showing interest in dating or just really nice friends. So that's definitely difficult. I feel around high school area too, you're around so many guys all the time. Even if it's just in classes or they might be flirting with you and you just don't know if they're a good guy or if it's worth pursuing or talking to him. But I'm kind of the wrong person to ask this question to because I'm very blunt. Some guys it'll scare off, but you can just weed them out. The guys that aren't ready to have a serious relationship, you don't want to be in a relationship with anyways. So you might as well just ask them straight up, what are your intentions? Where is this going to go? So like I said, I'm kind of the wrong person, but you could always ask him. Like I said, you can pray about it. Please don't be afraid to make the first move. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you can't make the first move. It's 2018, girls. So those are some of y'all's questions. I got a lot more questions that were kind of more generic that, like I said, I'm going to put into another video. So I'm going to give y'all my top 5 tips on a good Christian relationship. I've been in a relationship, we're both Christian relationship, for 3.5 years, going on 4. It'll be 4 in October. So we've been together for a really long time. You know, we know each other like the back of our hands. We've really grown together spiritually. So I thought I would give y'all some tips that I've learned in my 4 years. And so here are 5 tips that might help you have a Christian relationship. So number 1 would be to have the same values. You have to both be Christian if you want a Christian relationship. Like if you don't drink, if you don't smoke, if you don't want to have sex, all these things, you need to find a guy that's the exact same way. Because, you know, if he does drink, if he does smoke, if he has sex, if he hooks up, if he cheats on you, all this stuff, like if he's doing it when you meet him, he'll probably still be doing it when you're dating him. So you need to just make sure that y'all are at least close to the same wavelength. Maybe y'all are a little bit off, and like maybe he does a little thing that annoys you, or you do something that he doesn't really do. Y'all are close enough to where it can even out and y'all can be on the same level so that y'all can grow it together and end up like being on the same level and then bringing each other way up. So that's the goal, to be able to find somebody that'll be able to help you spiritually. You can help them spiritually. Y'all can grow together, glorify God, make his name known. That's the real relationship goals nowadays. Number 2 would be incorporating God into your daily lives. I feel like a lot of people, you know, get stuck in like, oh, we go to church on Sundays, we have a great Christian relationship. Obviously, church is the best way to grow in your relationship. Going to church every Sunday, you know, me and Grant go every single Sunday that we're together, and we've really grown from that. But we don't wait all week for Sunday, you know. If it's Thursday night and we're like, I really want to read the Bible, we'll go and read the Bible together. So little things like reading the Bible or listening to worship music or all these things like praying together, having somebody pray over you like when you're going through something. I can't even count the amount of times that me and Grant have been in the middle of a fight or going through something and we just say like, let's just pray about it, because we're stressing out about it, we're freaking out, we're going to start talking like negatively about things. If you just give it to God throughout the week, you don't have to wait till Sunday, you know, to pray together or to have that spiritual connection. You can have that all week long, every single day, 7 days out of the week, 365 days out of the year. You can have that, but you have to work at it. You have to open the Bible together, and y'all might not be scholars, and it might be awkward reading the Bible the first time, but like God's gonna bless that relationship if you are like putting forth the effort to put him at the front of your relationship. So remember that. You don't have to wait till Sunday to have a spiritual connection with your significant other. So the third one would be to treat your partner the way that you want to be treated. So I feel like there's kind of like a double standard nowadays with like girls and guys in relationships. For example, you know, if a guy likes a girl in a bikini, you're like, that's so not okay. But then you and your friends go see like Magic Mike or 50 Shades of Grey and you think it's funny. I haven't seen either of those. Disclaimer, using it for an example. What I'm saying is this, that you can't, you know, expect your dude not to text other girls because that makes you feel insecure if you're talking to other guys all the time. And so you have to really be like careful about not doing things that you wouldn't want somebody to do to you. You know, even if it's simple as like, you don't drink, so you wouldn't go out to a bar. Like, your spouse, your spouse, we're married now apparently, your significant other shouldn't be doing the same thing. You know, like, that goes back to having the same values. If y'all have the same values, y'all aren't going to be doing things behind each other's back or things that would like upset the other person. So for number 4, it would be to hold each other accountable. So this is something that me and Grant have really gotten good at. In 4 years of dating, you are good at calling somebody out on things that they do wrong. For example, if, you know, we read a Bible verse earlier that day and it says like, do not let the sun go down in your anger. And then, you know, it's that night and me and Grant get in a fight and I'm like, I'm going to bed, good night. And I go to my apartment. He'll text me and be like, we read the Bible together today and it says do not let the sun go down in anger. And like, of course it annoys me in the moment, but a split second later I'm like, he's right. You know, and that can only happen through reading the Bible. So when you really dive deep into the Word, there's just so many positives that come out of it. You want to be able to find somebody that's going to help you be the best version of yourself and vice versa. So we help each other, it's mutual, and we help each other hold each other accountable. Like I said though, time in a relationship will help that because after a while, you don't have a problem calling the other person out on what they do wrong. It's just a thing. So my 5th, and probably besides like going to church and obviously all this is keeping God at the center, would be honesty and communication. I can't even put into words how important this is, because if you can't trust your partner, if they're lying to you, I'm the type of person, I can't deal with people that lie to me. It just freaks me out. I can't trust them. So if you can't trust your partner, that they're telling you the truth, that, if you can't trust them enough to be like, look, this really upset me and I just want to communicate with you. If they demean your feelings or tell you that's not a big deal, or if you say look, I really feel uncomfortable with this girl that you're friends with, and they shut you down and say, oh, well, you're being dramatic and you're being petty and you're just so insecure. Those are all guys that you should just look out for, because you want a person that you can be able to speak openly with, communicate with. It's so important to be able to voice your feelings on both sides so that y'all's relationship can get better and better. And your partner is the person that you should be able to tell everything to. You should never feel judged or insecure, and they should never make you feel bad about anything that you say. So me and Grant have gotten really good at communicating. Right now we are long distance, so it's a little bit tough, but we make time to FaceTime and call each other. So no matter where you are, if you're long distance or if you go to college together, if you're in middle school, everybody's different, every relationship is different, but communication and trust is something that, it needs to be there at the foundation of a relationship, besides our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, obviously. So that is it for the first video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have anything that you would like me to talk about in the next video, I'm hopefully going to be doing, like I said, one video per week. So if you have anything you'd like me to talk about, feel free to DM me, text me, comment below, subscribe and like if you enjoyed it, and I will see y'all next time. Bye!